I am the shadow teacher. And a few years ago, I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's autobiography. I believe it is called Total Recall, My Unbelievable Real Life Story. And it's essentially the hero's journey of a man who made all of his dreams come true. Anything the man of this story thought of and wanted to pursue, he was able to manifest it in this physical reality in some way, shape, or form. Now, whenever I read autobiographies and supposedly true stories, I do know that there's always more to the story than what we're being told. That these are, just like the word says, they're stories. And there are always more sides and more facets and more nuances to the story than the simple tale the general public is being presented. However, I do believe that some of the principles that Arnold attributes to his success that he shares in this book are very legitimate. And one of these principles I'm going to talk about in this video today. And that principle is stand out from the crowd. Where the crowd is, go somewhere else. And when Arnold Schwarzenegger was pursuing his dream of becoming a professional bodybuilder, bodybuilding was not the phenom that it is today. It was very much a subculture. Still is a subculture today, but I would say it's gone far more mainstream, especially with the rise of visual platforms like Instagram. But at that time, most bodybuilders were only famous in bodybuilding circles. And Arnold wanted to be bigger than that. But when he went into bodybuilding again, it was something that very few people were doing. And he wanted to learn from the best. He wanted to be around the best. And when you're around the best, you're going to be away from the masses. The best is going to be a few select people who have the intensity, the work ethic, the talent to go about making their dreams a reality. And when you surround yourself with the best, and when they allow you in their presence, then you start to rise up, given that you are putting the work in. And when you're in a crowd, when you're in the masses are always a few steps behind to catch on to things. You're dealing with mostly the energy of mediocrity, the energy of homogeneity. And if you're someone who dreams big and seeks to manifest meaningful things in their life, even if you don't necessarily dream big, just if you're dreaming something with meaning, something with emotional substance, when you're immersed in the crowd, that dilutes from that. That energy pulls out of you and brings you down. And you also have less of a chance of standing out at times when you are not quite to your full potential. Now, when you start to peak and when you hit that potential, and you'll shine like a star in the midst of the muddle and the mediocrity of a crowd. But this particular principle, in particular, my verbiage is a little bit redundant today, but this principle stood out to me and heavily resonated with me. So, if you are pursuing something meaningful, don't go where the crowds are. Go away from the crowd. Develop your craft. Find the people who are the best and build those intimate relationships with them. Be around them. That's not going to be where the masses are. So that being said, I'm going to spend this day building my resources, focusing my energy internally on what's meaningful for me, and I will not be in the midst of crowds if I can help it. So be strong, be well, my friends, and I will see you on the other side.